Well, hey everybody, I'm Alec. This is my garage. Don't mind the mess. Let's see what we're working on today.
This truck is called Purple Rain, the 1999 Ford F-250. It is a 6-speed manual transmission with a 7.3 power stroke. I've seen this truck run. He's got a pretty nice clutch.
It is oil change day on the Audi. Guess we should get into her and get her figured out. Service due. I gotta deal with that pesky check engine light too. Not doing that today because the parts haven't came in yet, but it needs O2 sensors. But we let her warm up here. In order to get this thing up on the ramps, I gotta air the suspension all the way up. So we go car systems, vehicle settings. Okay, so don't listen to me. You just hit the button where it says raise. And you see the arrows there. It'll get it aired all the way up. It lifts it about 3.5 to 4 inches. And when the arrows quit flashing, it's all done. And we don't have to worry about locking the suspension or anything because we're not jacking it up today. So this is a 2014 4.0 bi-turbo, twin turbo. Here's your hair dryer, whatever. They sit under there. But we're just gonna do an oil change on her today. Wife has been driving this as her daily lately, so we're gonna keep up on top of the maintenance because it's expensive when it breaks, you know what I mean? And every oil change, use a couple of these engine flushes. It says right on the back here, 1 bottle or can. It's good for 3 to 5 liters of oil. This engine holds 9 liters, so we're going to use 2. Get that dumped in and let it run for a bit, and then we'll get her put up on the ramps. This car sits low, even jacked up, with the suspension all the way up. I'll use 2x4, get up on the ramps, and then I just got some old mud flaps so the ramps don't slide on the concrete. So the engine should be a little bit warm when you put this in. It doesn't have to be hot, just a little warmed up a little bit. And if you don't dribble a little, are you even a man in trying? I don't know. Oh, I put it on upside down. Shh, don't tell.
You're on the ramp now. A little bit more, like a couple inches. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now we got the flush in it. Start it up. Now I'm gonna let it run for 10 to 15 minutes. We'll also get it up on the ramps while we're doing that. And we'll get back at it. Okay, that was exciting. So it is just about done. Go over what filter we're using. This car I just use OEM filters. They're not that expensive. I buy them by the case. I just have them and they're good to go. And then over here, I bought out Advanced when they were going out of business there, so I have enough to do several oil changes. With the old liquid moly here, it's the oil I run all the time, but it just happened to be really cheap this time. When this stuff is out, I think I'm going to go with the next gem, the green stuff, see how it does. And then for an additive, I run 16 ounces of Pro Lube. I really like this stuff, and I run it in absolutely everything. And then when it comes to drain pan, always go bigger than smaller, I guess. I guess it's the only one I have that's not broken anymore, so we're going to go with that. Yeah, I think she's warm enough. When you get ready to drain, I like to put the oil cap right there. You can't close the hood without the oil cap on that way, and then you don't forget it. Or you break it, you know, that's a possibility. Anybody else notice when you need a Phillips, you can only find a flat, and when you need a flat, you can only find a Phillips? Just me? Figures. Okay, under the specimen here. So there's 3 skid plates here at the front. There's this one. There's this bigger one here. And then the back one way back there. The only one we need to take off is the middle one to change the oil. If you gotta do belt or coolant hoses and stuff, this one will help. But yeah. And then these little doodads here, they're like 3/4 turn. They just pop out. Nothing crazy. And then a couple here. Looks like we're missing one there. And then 3 bolts. And majority of these were missing when I got the car, so none of them match at this point, which is fine. It's fine. So we will get those out and carry on. So that is what the little screws look like that hold the skid plate on. Try to pull one out here so you can see how easy they come out one-handed like. Just like that, and they just pop out. Nothing to it. So in the front of the wheel wells here, there's these little Torx up here, right there, another one there. But I don't believe you have to take those out. You just take the one right there, and this plastic trim will come down with it. So on this car, those are just 10 millimeters. They were missing when we got the car, like I said, and I wasn't going to pay the Audi tax to replace a couple of bolts. So I just found some that worked, and they just thread out normally. Robo Ratchet makes things much more faster. Okay, so it has little tabs on it there, there, and there. And they lock in up here, so it doesn't completely fall on your head. And it's not that heavy. And here is our oil pan, oil drain plug. There is our filter, and the filter has a drain on it also. Make sure it's partially stripped. That is key to this. So let's get her draining. Okay, the drain plug is a 6mm Allen. The oil filter drain is a T15. So it can also be a 6mm Allen, but it I said this one's partially stripped out. And then it's a 34mm to take the cap off of the filter. Now the goal is when you take this down, it's to make the absolute biggest mess possible. Not too bad. Now on this one, the T15 portion stripped out today, so I need to order a new one of those for next time. I was able to tap a T45 up into it, and I think it's going to come out just fine. Yeah, it looks like it. And there it goes. Okay, while that is draining down below there, this is the drain plug for the oil filter housing. I come out from under the car and let it drain, and replace this O-ring. With the filter, you get obviously new filter, the big O-ring for the oil filter housing, and then the little O-ring goes right on there. Just use a little screwdriver, pop it off. Got the new one on. Well, let's go under there and put it back in. Get the filter out. All right, got it out. The filter just snaps out of here. Nothing to it. And then the O-ring is right here. Just pop that off. Grab some cleaner of your choice. Get it all nice and clean. To show you up in there, that's pretty much done for. I'm gonna have to get a new one of those for the next round. And if I didn't say it, this is a 34mm socket that pulls it out. Anyways, so we just roll the O-ring back in this groove there. So it's all the way down on the bottom one, not part of the threads. And then your new oil filter, it just snaps in the bottom like that. It's good to go back on. Lube up the O-ring with some old oil and you'll be good to go. Up in there on the German torque spec, and I'm a liar, it is a 33mm. Apologize. Alright, clean that up right there and get the drain plug back in. Click. Good to go. Okay, got everything wiped down. Missed a spot, didn't we? Right there. There we go. So now I don't put the skid plate back on until I've oiled it up and ran it. Make sure we don't got no leaks. So let's get that done. Alright, I don't normally use a funnel on this car because it just doesn't sit down in there that well. So, and also notice there's no dipstick. Gotta drive this car for about half hour before you know the oil level. You check it through the MMI screen. But let's get some oil put in it. And what we're gonna do, 8.5 liters plus 16 ounces of the Pro Lube should get us right there where it needs to be. Doesn't really seem to matter what way you hold this bottle, it's still gonna glug. Frontward, sideways, don't seem to matter. We'll get her in there. So while we're waiting 5 to 7 business days for the oil to pour into the car, how's everybody doing? How's your mom and them? Everything going good? Hope so. Pro Lube time. So to do this, I just got this paint measuring can, or it's not a can, I guess, container. And we just measure it out. Right, we got to put 3.5 liters in out of this one, so if I'm thinking, it's going to be right down in there somewhere. That's how much we'll have left, which is no worries. This car uses oil between oil changes, like every other turbocharged Audi on the planet. So we'll get her put in. Still got a little more to go. And there we are. It's put us about 8.5 liters of oil. And 16 ounces of Pro Lube should get us right where we need to be. Facing the right way this time. Alright, let's fire it up, reset the oil monitor, and check for leaks. It will not start if you don't have the key. Please hold. Okay, got the key this time. Try it again. Oil pressure came up. Engine sounds good. Let it run for a few. So we come over here and we'll go car systems, servicing and checks. Now, oil level, this is what it tells you. So you got to drive it and it'll tell you 2 minutes is a lie. It takes 15 to 20 at times. So we'll go back. Service intervals. It says oil change due 1,400 miles in 73 days. Inspection due in 13,500. So yeah. So you just scroll down one. It says reset oil change interval. Hit the button. Are you sure you want to reset it? Yes. Oil change interval has been reset. Now it says once a year, 10,000 miles. Oh, come on, guys. Don't go that long on your oil changes. It's not good. It's not good. Do them more often. 5,000 miles is good. 3,000 is better. So let's crawl under it and see if we got any leaks going on. Don't seem to have any leaks going on. Everything's good to go. So I'm gonna throw the cover back on it. Alright, skid plate is back in place. Let's get it off of the ramps, hopefully with less excitement than putting them up. And there you go, guys. That's how we change the oil on the old Audi S8. Well, I'm gonna get stuff cleaned up here, and that'll be it for this project. Got some more coming up. We got this, the motor's over there. 6.4 Power Stroke. Gotta run over a bump and have some stuff fall off. That's just a Max Force 7. And again, appreciate everybody. If you find anything interesting, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I would appreciate it. Doesn't cost you nothing. Just hit the button and boom, you're done. That's it. Anyways, hope you all have a fantastic day, and I appreciate you very much.